Good morning, Facebook family. My name is Dionne. I am the Chief Joy Connector. I'm the Chief Joy Connector, and I am so blessed and honored to be with you here today. What you need to grab right now is water. I have 3 different water bottles sitting next to me, so you have to go get at least one. So we're going to be the topic is add water for growth. And you know what we want to grow? You. So you need to get some water. I'm going to grab my water now and you get yours. I had shared on a Facebook post recently telling people that that we're all essentially plants. We're all essentially plants. We need water and we need sunshine. And if you had a plant, you would probably give it enough water. But I don't know if you give yourself enough water. I'm just saying. So we'll talk about that today. And I'm going to keep sipping here because I normally drink a certain amount of water in the morning, and I did not do that as of yet because I was starting with you. You could also get pen and paper, thinking about it. And if you can't get pen and paper, maybe you'll do screenshots on your phone because you may have an aha moment. Hydration is bae. Oh, yay. Hey, Enfrier. I love seeing the people come in. I have 2 screens up. So if you see me turn my head, I'm not looking away from you. I'm actually looking at another screen to see who's here. Good morning, Cherry. Go grab your water. And there's something, well, I won't say too much now. I'll wait till more people come on. Tell your friends to come. Send them a text message and say they should be here. Tell them that you want to meet up for a toast and we're going to toast water. Hey, Marilyn.
Good morning. How are you?
I am awesome. I love seeing these little boxes pop up. And again, you'll see my head turned right and left as I'm looking at the second screen. Always so good to see who's here. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grab your water if you don't have it already. Maybe even add some lemon if you want to get fancy. What did I put in here? I only put aloe in here. It's aloe water. Hey, Adam. I know you have your water, right? I don't know if you're at the gym or not. I can't see you. Tell your friends to come join us. Tell them you want to meet up for a toast. And you're going to toast some water. Oh, okay. Got it, Adam. I am awesome. Thank you for asking. How you doing? Adam, you're going to love this. I have actually never been to Planet Fitness. So I pass by them all the time, but I've never actually been inside one. Good morning, Facebook family. Good morning, sweetness. Grab your water.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke, stay woke, stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, together, we're learning, discerning, we're striving. Together, together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together, together.
That video makes me so happy. Good morning, Grand Rising. Happy Monday. I am Dionne C. Monsanto. I'm the Chief Joy Connector, and it is a pleasure and honor to be here with you today. Add water for growth. What does that mean? You want to grow. I want to grow. We need water to grow. So grab your water, take a sip. And one of the reasons I thought this was important, as a health coach, I spend so much time working with my clients and having conversations about water, how much they're consuming, how much they're not consuming, and what would be better for them. And I have one client in particular. I'm going to read some things to you and talk about, so each of you start to think about whatever health issues you have. And I'm going to read some things to you, basically from the internet, and tell you about some books and some of the benefits of drinking water. And then what you can start typing in the chat is why you don't drink enough water. So these are some benefits of drinking water. It lubricates the joints. So I have arthritis in my body. Y'all see me dancing, walking around, doing yoga. Drinking enough water helps the joints. It forms saliva. It boosts skin health and beauty. People always compliment me about my skin. Drink enough water. It cushions the brain, the spinal cord, and other sensitive issues. It regulates body temperature. It flushes body waste. It helps maintain blood pressure. The airways need it in order to be able to breathe well. So those are some things. So I'm going to be quiet for a second, and I'm going to ask you to type in the chat, how much water do you drink each day? And you may or may not want to share in the chat, how much do you weigh? Because we want to talk about how much water you need to drink each day compared to how much water you are actually drinking each day. So if anybody wants to come on and share, you can. Otherwise, I'll ask the admins to let me know what's in the chat as I drink my water.
Valencia says 215 pounds, not enough water.
Thank you so much for that, Valencia. And thank you so much for sharing your weight. So with that being said, the general formula is half your body weight in ounces. So for 215, doing my math, that's 107.5 ounces of water each day, if I got my math right. And that may seem like a challenge. That means, like me, you would live in the bathroom all the time. There's a lot of computation that happens about where you're going. But I will tell you how I learned the hard way about drinking water. Is there any more to share in the chat before I tell a story?
Not yet.
Okay, great.
Oh, well, okay, hold on. Charmaine says she weighs 142 and she definitely needs to increase water intake.
Got it. Thank you for sharing that. So 142, we're saying 71 ounces. Yeah. So what I'll do,
And I'm
What'd
trying to
you say?
remember, how much I weigh. I think I'm 183, and I drink
Okay,
a 2 quarts of water a day, at least.
okay. All right. So you're probably there. Yesterday I had about 80, and that's generally my goal. In my video last night, if you saw it, I showed this water bottle. This big one is 80 ounces with my motivational stickers on it. Do what you love, and today is a new day. So this bottle is 40 ounces, and sometimes I do 2 of those if I'm traveling. And then this little bottle is 16 ounces. And then the third one, because what I do for myself is fill them up at night. So I have 3 different water bottles, and one is copper, one's a hydro flask, but I know the measurement of them. So it's good for the planet to use the water bottles as well. So if you're buying the plastic bottles, they're not always recycled, too much winds up in the ocean. I can share pictures with you at another time of, is carnage the right word? But the horrible trash heap that I saw while I was traveling in Kenya, walking along the beach, and it's just literally strewn with bottles and plastic and flip-flops. And that's why the plastic bags were made illegal there. But I digress. So one of the hacks that I give and work with my clients on is getting enough water bottles so you can set your water up the night before. So let's see. I think I saw other things pop up in the chat. Is there something else to share?
It's more data. So Shanika says 110 pounds, 2 to 3 cups of water, and about 3 to 4 cups of tea a day.
Thank you for bringing that up. That's a really good point. So my other cup is coffee. This one is black coffee. So there's another book about water. I forgot to mention that one. I'll have to look it up and put it in the Facebook group. I was originally taught that if you're having caffeinated beverages, so if you're having sweet tea, if you're doing sugar, so we're looking at sweet tea, sugars, caffeine, coffee, then you need more water. So with the examples I've given, so half your body weight in ounces. So 80 ounces is about right for me. I think I'm around 150, but I do drink coffee. So instead of 75 ounces, adding some more is to offset what dehydration may occur from my drinking caffeinated beverages. I don't drink soda. I do drink black tea as well. Green tea doesn't have as much caffeine, so if you're not a coffee drinker, but start to think about those numbers. So by a show of hands or typing in the chat, how many people have joint pain? Because these are things, and Facebook as well. I'm not sure if were any of those shares from Facebook, Kinyofu?
There was one, Charmaine representing Facebook. She also dropped something from Kaisha, who says, I don't drink enough water, 2.5 bottles a day, 160 pounds. And Dakia, she's here in space, 220 pounds, need water bad. I don't recall if I read hers already.
Okay.
And Charmaine says tea is a diuretic and causes the bladder to overreact. Look at how many cups of tea you're taking in daily.
Right. And thank you for that. Thank you for sharing all of that. So there's so many things. And so I invite you not only to hear what I'm saying, but to go for yourself. So the story for me and my learning. So all of you know, if you've seen me speak before, that I've been various sizes. I've been everything from a 2X to a 6. And in losing weight, it's fabulous. But one of the things that fat does is it stores toxins. So as you're releasing weight, if that's something you're doing, you're releasing toxins into your bloodstream. How do you have to flush those toxins out? Drinking water. Case in point, Dionne. In that journey and losing weight, I told you a lot of my weight gain came from my daughter's suicide attempts, and I gained a lot of weight. I think it was about 80 pounds. I went from 124 to 204 pounds. And that same year she died, 2011, I wound up in the hospital twice. And I thought I was drinking enough water, but in releasing the toxins, I wound up in the hospital twice that year. And one of the things that I had was a kidney infection. And the kidney infection was so bad, it was something called pyelonephritis. You can look that up. And my blood was nearly septic. So I was in seemingly good shape. I don't know, at that time, I want to say 130 pounds. I'm not sure. And yes, Charmaine, very painful. And I remember being right here where I live in Washington Heights at Columbia Presbyterian Hospital, and they're doing the sonogram and they're checking my organs out and they're bringing people in and they're like, oh, everything's in the right place. This looks like a textbook. You look great. And I was like, and I'm in the emergency room, so I'm not great. Don't know what's wrong. Why do I have a fever? And then at some point, the doctor did one of these bangs on the back of my back. And it was like, you know, the blinding white light you get when you feel something and you're just like, oh my God. And he was like, well, didn't you feel that? And I was like, I'm an athlete. You know, I'm always dancing. I'm always in yoga. I'm always walking. Yeah, I'm used to being in a certain level of pain and discomfort. So if it's not blinding like what he did to me, I don't think of it. And so that's when he said, you know, we're going to draw your blood. We'll do some more work and we'll see what it is. And they let me go home. This is August. Oh, wow. It's exactly 11 years ago, right? Yeah. I didn't even realize the time looking at the date. Today's 8/8. I was in the hospital and it's like, okay, they drew the blood work and they said, well, you seem fine. We're going to let you go home. So my girlfriend was with me at the hospital. Afriya, you're here. It was Auntie Abner was at the hospital with me. We went to the pharmacy. We picked up my antibiotics. She brought me home. She made sure I was in bed. I was good. And then she left. And then I'm in bed and I'm chilling. My son comes home and I was on the phone with the doctor. And here's how the conversation went. Is this Dionne Monsanto? Yes. This is a doctor. You were just at the hospital with me. You need to come back. But you said I could come home. It's like the results of your blood came back and you need to come back to the hospital right now. We need to put you on antibiotics. Do we need to send an ambulance for you? Like, where are you? No, I'm at home. I just live a few blocks away. How soon can you get here? I mean, are you sure? Are you sure we don't need to come get you? Are you going to come back home? So I'm like, no. I'll come back to the hospital. And I get off the phone with him. My son Sule had just walked in and he comes in and gives me a kiss and he has his suit on. He was at an internship at Morgan Stanley. And he said, he looked at me and he goes, I said, I have to go back to the hospital. And he goes, but mommy, they sent you home. I said, I know, but the doctor just got off he said I had to come back. He goes, all right, I'll get out of my suit and I'll take you over there. I was like, again, true Dionne, Charmaine, you'll appreciate this, island woman. I said, I'm gonna take in the shower. I'm gonna jump in the shower and pack up a few things before I go back to the hospital. Because I was clear they were gonna keep me. When that doctor called me, from the anxiety and stress in his voice, he heard malpractice lawsuit. And I was on antibiotics in that hospital for 3 days. You hear me? I went into the hospital July 29th and I got out August 2nd or 3rd. August 2nd or 3rd. Are y'all sipping your water? I'm gonna need you to sip some water. I finished this one already. I'm working on the next one now. And I thought I was drinking enough water. So I hope that particular story for you gives you an example of someone that looks fit, that has nice skin, seemingly okay, in the hospital for 3 days with a kidney infection. I saw some things popping up in the chat, so I'll sip some water so y'all can let me know what's going on in the chat.
Okay. So Shanika says she's sorry for your loss. Charmaine as a nurse says they probably put you on industrial antibiotics that is administered through IV. That's exactly how we operate. I put in the word, I did a Google for what you said, the thing that you have, and I typed it in here if anyone's interested.
Thank you, pyelonephritis, yep.
And I'm not, that's it for the chat right now.
Okay. So while you're absorbing all of that, Facebook and Zoom, all of my Woo community, get you some water. Do the numbers. One of the things as a coach that I work with my clients on in terms of right-sizing their body and right-sizing their life is know your numbers. So I'm really glad that when I asked the question, how much do you weigh and how much water do you drink, the better portion of you knew it. Be clear when you say 2 bottles, because my grandmother, may she rest in peace, talk about 2 bottles of water. They were them 2 little itty bitty 8-ounce bottles of water. Those little itty bitty bottles, that ain't enough water for a grown person. And start your children with this. All of us, a lot of us are mothers, fathers, aunties, and uncles. So my children know. My sons love them. Sweet teeth, they have really intense sweet tooths, but they know to drink enough water. Because from little, I started them. If they weighed 20 pounds, I knew they had 10 ounces. They got to 50 pounds, they had 25 ounces of water. They got to 100 pounds, it's 50 ounces of water. So this was so deeply ingrained in them. And having the conversation with your body, really listening. Your headaches, your joint pain, your insomnia. There's other reasons for insomnia. That's a different conversation. But all of these health issues that you have, a percentage of them, if not all of them, can be alleviated. There was another talk I heard someone speak before, and I don't 100% agree with this, especially with a child and a family history of depression. But he said, you're not depressed, you're dehydrated. If your brain had enough liquid, had enough nutrients, right? And it's not just dehydration, it may be malnutrition. And I'm so excited to know that a dear friend of mine is speaking tomorrow and she'll be covering what you're eating. But just starting with the basics, anytime somebody talks to me about their skin, how much water do you drink? Their weight, how much water do you drink? I had a cramp in my leg. How much water do you drink? We spent a fortune with doctors and medical bills. And there's so many things. I think it was Kinyofu in her smoothie. I think it was Kinyofu in her smoothie talk saying the pharmacy as an F-A-R-M, F-A-R-M, farm, not P-H. Like food is our medicine. The creator, God, Yahweh, Olodumare, whatever you want to call the omnipotent being and all of creation, we have what we need for good health. But you, me, we are too stubborn to use the resources that are given to us. You want to grow. One client I worked with for well over a year, and every time, and this was a private yoga client, not a private coaching client, and I would say to her, she'd stop and she'd start rubbing her leg. And I'm like, what happened? She goes, I have a cramp. How much water did you drink yesterday? And she's like, yeah, okay. And I was like, what is this resistancy? What is this resistance to water? And now, and I'm gonna let you know, this habit that I've created is to make myself accountable. So yes, I love my coffee. I do have my caffeine, but I have these 3 bottles of water. And the other thing I have, because I haven't had time to shop to go juicing, is a green juice. So my green juice has cucumber, celery, spinach, lemon, kale, and parsley. So there's such a combination of things that you need. So I want to drop in here. You can buy or not buy. Oh, thank you for that. I did see that, Charmaine, all water products, what I have in here. And in teaching hot yoga, when I was teaching in studio, I taught hot yoga, Bikram yoga. Some people are calling it 26 and 2 now. And one of the major things we would find in that room, if you're walking into a room that is 105 degrees, 40% humidity, Lord knows you better be hydrated. You had best to be hydrated. And so that was a challenge. People would think they would drink enough water. And when you see something in the eyes, someone's walking around and you see the little swirl and the eyes roll back. And I was like, tap in. It was like, have a seat. You can add things to your water to help with your hydration. But I recommend if you're doing electrolytes, sometimes they dehydrate people. I mean, not dehydrate, excuse me, constipate people. So adding things to the water, I add aloe, ginger, lemon. I always look at my water bottles to see what's in there because one of them has ginger and lemon in it. One is plain. One had aloe that I finished. You can eat your water. You know how you can eat your water? I want somebody to come off mute. Oh, Rachel raised her hand. So Rachel, I want you to come off mute, say what you have to say, and then people can type in the chat. How can you eat your water? Go for it, Rachel.
Yeah, so the one thing I wanted to say is good morning, everybody. One thing I wanted to say was Charlie horses. And I drink a decent amount of water, but I'll wake up in the middle of the night with a Charlie horse that will like make me jump off my bed and like walk around the house for about a good 10 minutes, not all the time. So what is you said 50 ounces per 100 pounds, correct?
Yeah, just half your body weight in ounces
Is that
the general
weekly or
rule.
daily?
That's daily, girl.
Yeah. Well, I drink like 4, 5, 6. I drink enough water, but 50 ounces per 100, I didn't know.
Yeah,
So,
just
okay.
half your body weight in ounces. Half your body weight in ounces. Yep. And that's, I learned that one. That seems to work for me. I don't have cramps and I'm extremely physically active in terms of walking, dancing, yoga, teaching and practicing hot yoga now that studios are open. So definitely. Thank you for that. And thank you for the question.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, and I see a lot of things coming up in the chat and there are a lot of fruits. So I want us to be a little bit more specific because some foods have more water content than other. Cucumbers are great. You can even look at, and then even though there's not a lot of nutritional content, iceberg lettuce is basically water. Watermelon, please find you some watermelon with seeds. I'm not hating, I'm just saying, but watermelon. All of these things, high water content. Google is your friend. And if you don't like drinking water, I get it. I also thank my cousin Andre, who had a kidney infection as a child, to get me to the point of drinking water. Because when my grandmother said to me that he was in the hospital from not drinking enough water, I was around 9 years old. It was like, oh, okay, let me drink some water. But coconut water is great, but water is water. One of the elders that I visit, Uncle Al, you've heard me talk about, he's 94. Uncle Al will drink wine. He's like, there's water in wine. There's water in sweet tea. There's water in this juice. No, water. Thank you. Say that out loud, Kenyofu. I saw that in the chat.
I said if you don't like water, your taste buds are spoiled.
And that's a real thing. Cleaning your palate is not fun, but it's crucial, right? And everything. Oh, I like that. So all of you have great resources. I hope you're looking at the chat. People have shared lots of great things, and you can add those things to water. So if you need to wean yourself off of drinking sweet things, infuse your water with cucumber, with strawberries, with lavender, with lime, with, I'm looking at my refrigerator trying to think of all the things I put in water. Sage, lemon or lime. You can fill up the bottle, fill up a big bottle with a bunch of different things, pour the water over it, and let that inspire you to drink it. Eating celery, eating carrots. You can eat some of your water content, and that will make such a big difference in your elimination. So this is a big one. Thank you for the love, Rachel. I didn't put this in, but water for growth. I mentioned constipation. You need to look at your eliminations. Physically look at, as well as how many times are you going a day? You could be constipated and going to the bathroom every day. Because if you're eating 3 meals a day, you should probably be going 2 or 3 times a day. Most people go once a day, you're constipated. Because I know you're eating more than once a day. So water for growth. I saw another hand. I think it's Catherine Sweetness. So
Yes.
let's hear your voice.
And let me also say what's in the chat. So Wendy shares soups, and Adam says I add beet powder into my water before my workout. He adds water for development as well.
Ashe. And that's how I picked the title for this, Add Water for Growth. Think of yourself as the best, most beautiful, precious, and rare plant in the world, and water yourself. Internally, externally, water yourself. Immerse yourself in water, go to the ocean, drink water, take showers, take baths, water, 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 add water for growth. Go ahead, Sweetness.
Peace and blessings to the community, love and light. So just to piggyback on what you said, King Yofu said in regards to your palate, and what came across my radar a couple of months ago is how we prepare our children's palate. So we arrive here and we understand that the majority of the food that we have access to is not necessarily good for us. We don't see it as medicine. And then we throw these parties for the children with pure sugar. We have, what is that? When the baby showers, we have a baby shower and it is pure sugar. And so we're setting the children up for defeat. Actually, we're setting them up. So I want to have that hard conversation about how we are adjusting the children's palate, like right now, and we do have control of that. And I run into quite a few people who say they don't like water. And then I ask them, well, do you like your metformin? That tastes good when you take it? Your medication tastes good when you take it? Well, some things we have to ingest because it's good for us. So adjusting our palate, and I am seeing that my palate is changing. I can eat the beets without, you know how they used to pickle the beets with onions and they put a little sugar in it? Well, I can pickle the beets without the sugar now. I can eat the beets without the sugar now, and I enjoy the beets without the sugar now because I'm understanding that it's really helpful to me. So my palate, I'm noticing, is changing. Water, my body won't even go forward without water now. I had COVID twice since COVID came out, and the body won't function without water. Prior to having COVID, I could push the body on that terrible diet I had it on. But after I had COVID for the first time, if I'm not hydrated, the body will not respond. It will not respond. So I'm a big advocate for being hydrated, staying hydrated, and learning that I have to unlearn some things that mommy and granny and grandpa did that are not necessarily the best things to do. So that's what I want to
I'm going to interrupt you, Cap. No, thank you, Sweetness, for that. I'm just going to interject. Yes, and we learned it, and as we teach, as we unlearn, and we are unlearning. So thank you for unlearning those things and then re-educating. So that's such a process, and that is so true. And that's why I even mentioned with my children what I did with the water. And I can go into, I think, all forces willing, I'll be with you next week and we can continue this conversation. But I'm going to thank you for that, Catherine. And I'm going to pass on to, yes, I'm back on. Sorry about that, Kinyofu. Was going to say, Adam, let me hear about what you have to say, and then I'm going to wrap up.
Sure. Good morning, Dionne. I'm glad we're having this conversation on water. I just want to say that the sugar that people eat and the salt and all these so-called additives, it's making our minds very weak when we eat them each and every day. So consequently, when we try to, feed those people water or anything that's bitter, they can't comprehend because their mind is not used to it. So I just
That's a
want to,
really good point. I'm gonna let you keep talking, but I want to tell this story to what you said. I do have a client that got to the point with even arthritis in her body. And I have arthritis in both feet and challenges with my shoulders, but I am well hydrated. It's okay. You can be detoxing and then it's hard to drink water. She got to the point where it was hard for her to even, because her body had that toxicity level as she was cleansing, that she would dry heave from drinking water. So it's not that the water is bad for you. It's just there's so much toxicity in your body that they fight each other. So yes, Adam, so true. Go ahead.
yeah, and I also wanted to say that when when we as the people allow the enemy or our oppressors to teach us about nutrition, and instead of us learning that on our own and what are the benefits behind it, then we start to start having a lot of problems mentally and physically. That's why there's a quote that says you can lead that person to the water, but you can't make them drink it. And the reason that quote exists is because of the junk food culture that's existing within this planet.
Ashe.
So I just want to
Ashe.
say that it's our duty to teach ourselves and the children on the benefits of the herbs, the water, and everything that's not supposed to be sweet and addictive for us. Because if we don't, then our oppressors will continue to bombard us with fast food and junk food each and every day, and they're benefiting from it in a major way, making billions of dollars.
Ashe. Ashe.
I just want to say that McDonald's had made $4.7 billion during the pandemic. That's crazy.
Say so.
Thank you. Break it down. It is. Thank you so much for that, Adam. I'm going to
You're
take
welcome.
this last person, then I want to share some resources with you and wrap up. So go ahead, Rachel. I think you're still on mute, Rachel. You're still on mute,
Okay.
Rachel.
I'm good?
Yes.
Okay. So I have a question. So if you intake salts and sweets, should you drink more water than your body weight to like flush out you get what I mean? Like then half of your body weight to flush out your system to like compensate for all the sugars and all the starches and all the stuff that you're eating? You're frozen.
All right, so Dionne is frozen. So I'll jump in and take a stab at it. And I would say the key thing that Dionne told us at the top is that balance is knowing how much water to drink. Because if you drink too much, what you end up doing is washing out all the good nutrients in the body. And that's like when you go for drug testing, that's one of the key giveaways. We know that you're trying to flush your system up because your creatine levels is extremely high, which tells the person that, oh, she's trying to flush stuff out. So finding that balance, if you're eating sugar and you're eating a lot of salt, my offer is to hold back on that, cut back on the sugar intake, cut back on the salt intake, because drinking all of that water is healthy, yes, but it's also not healthy when you're flushing your system with an overload of water. So scale back on your sugar intake, scale back on the salt intake, and pay attention to that number. The balance of water that we need to take is key. And I'm complete, and Dionne is back, and I'm gonna let Dionne wrap us up.
There, I was unmuting myself. I've been having technology issues. Thank you for my admins always being there for me. Sweetness, I'm going to ask you to put what you have to say in the chat. And what I heard Charmaine say about elimination is important. And when you're detoxing, any sort of cleanse that you do, if you eat meat, they have you start weaning off. So like for the first day of the cleanse, they say, okay, eliminate the meat. The next day they were like, okay, eliminate the sugars, processed sugars. And then they'll say, okay, eliminate the starches, white products, eliminate this. So you slowly cut back. I work with my clients and I'll tell them to replace. I don't eat meat, but if you're eating it, look at the source of the meat and how much you're having. So we'll talk more next week, as long as I get a new laptop so my internet is not so crazy and I'm not popping in and out. But I would love for the admins to pop the book in the chat that as a resource. It's Your Body's Many Cries for Water, because sometimes even when it feels like you're hungry, the book's not in print, so you'd actually be able to get it from a used bookstore. It's been out of print for a while. It's a really old book. And then, and that's the man's real name. I can't pronounce it. Your Body's Many Cries for Water by Feridun Batman-Gelic. But it's a really good book, and I learned it when I got a water filter in my home. Looking at the quality of your water, I don't feel that people should be buying water because of the plastic bottles. So if you can have a filtration system in your home and fill up your bottles, because it's easier to track them. So many different ways. We are a part of the planet. We are made up of water. So as you sweat, you're releasing water and you're releasing salt. Someone, I think it was Adam in the chat, or maybe it was Charmaine, talked about magnesium levels. So potassium, magnesium, the supplements that you take, but don't assume that taking vitamins is enough to give you whole foods, eating whole foods. There's a period, so this month I've eliminated a lot from my diet. I'm not taking vitamins, and I'm eating extremely clean for the month of August, for Black August, and really creating a fast for myself that I do once a year for a month, of eliminating things and then coming back to see what I need and how I feel. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I will definitely be around next week. I'm always around. I'm gonna put up, we'll share what's coming up, my contact information and what I have to offer you, so you can get more information. If there's more questions, I will definitely follow up in the chat and let you know what's going on. Oh, yay, the slide. So I've shared a lot with you today in a little bit of time. And so I offer a lot of things. I am a life coach. I have private clients. I will have a group program probably coming up in September, but limited batch handcrafted Florida water. They come in little bottles. I have got 2 ounces and 4 ounces in a spray bottle with my logo on it. And yoga classes. I teach private classes, public classes, and my book, 101 Ways to Live Life in Joy, which was launched here with all of you. 10% discount. You will have to email me. First 10 people that email me you're interested in, you get a discount. But even if you're interested in projects, email me. My contact information has just been dropped into the chat. My phone number, I'm going to tell you, I'm not good at answering the phone. I'm really good at responding to text messages. And how to find me on Facebook, Instagram, my email address, as well as the website. I do have a full out website. I provide the link tree because there's the next speaking event, what I'm doing, how to get on my mailing list so you can get your self-care toolkit. There's a lot of good information that, thank you. Charmaine put in the chat as well to get the book. It's a really provocative read. So I am complete with sharing. I look forward to your questions, interacting with you, seeing you in the Facebook group, reading your emails, and staying connected. This platform, Wake Up Everybody Virtual Community, is funded by your love offering and donations. There, you can now sign up for monthly automated love offerings, $25 a month, $50 a month, $75 a month, or $100 a month. And it's a bit.ly, Woo Love 25, 50, 75, or 100. Take a picture of the slide, give from your heart as this community has poured into you, pour into it. My own natural energy yield, money. Give from your heart, it'll come back to you. I did mention earlier that one of my dear friends, Omena L, is speaking tomorrow. Are you eating for supreme wellness? What a fabulous follow-up. We talked about water today. They'll be talking about food tomorrow with Omena L. And that's Tuesday, August 9th. Wednesday, August 10th. Partnership, what is my role? Facilitated by Omari Maynard and Andre Nelson. I was sharing before we came on that I'm in a dating phase. I'm newly single. So these are great things. How you're eating. Your toxicity level is going to feed into all of your relationships. So looking at this, what you're drinking, how you're eating, What's your role in partnership? Is a great 3 days. If you can't be here, hopefully you'll watch the playback.
Okay, so if there are any new members out there, I'd love to hear from you. Just drop it in the chat in Zoom or in the comment section in Facebook and say I'm new. 2 simple words, but they're going to get you a whole lot of friends and community, because the WOO community is going to embrace you with welcomes and gratitude. So don't be hiding now. And come back. So we're here 5 days a week, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 8:30. And we're here on Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 7:30. Sometimes we go a little over. That's okay, because we're WOO. And you can find us in Zoom as well as Facebook. So now if you forget, if you have days when you're occupied or sleeping, and you wish that there was some way to someone to remind you, well, there is. An automated text alert system is what we have. You can set it up right now. Open up a text, type 74121 in the telephone number section, and WOO Nation in the comment section, and press send. And you will now be in the automated text alert system, where you will receive a wake-up call a wake-up text at about 6:30. And we have swag. So go to bit.ly/WOO swag to get your merch. You can choose from so many things. We have a thermos, we have a mug, things that you put water in. Okay, so if you don't have something to help you measure your water, you can go to WOO right now, to bit.ly/WOO swag right now, and get it. You can have a laptop sleeve, a bag, a journal, a mask, sweatshirt, t-shirts. You could choose the colors and sizes, lots of options for yourself and your friends and family. If you so choose to be generous, we welcome that. And when you join us, it's a great idea to register every week so that you can receive the email messages about who's coming up and what they're speaking about, and any other special offer that happens. You go to bit.ly/wake up movement and do that every week. To be on our Facebook pages, there's 2 of them. One is private, bit.ly/WOO community. You'll have to fill out a little form and then request admittance. Somebody will approve you, and then you'll be in the space to be able to see the playbacks and communicate with your WOO community. We have a public page, which is a like page or a fan page, bit.ly/WOO Nation. WOO Nation is uppercase. And we're on Instagram, Wake Up Everybody Virtual. We're on YouTube, bit.ly/WOO on YouTube. And our email, info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. We welcome your comments and suggestions. I'm going to stop the screen share. I'm going to ask you all to unmute yourself and to give Dionne the love shower. Appreciation for this presentation, keeping you healthy.
Thank you, Dionne, for this great presentation on the importance of water.
It was so
Thank you,
appreciative to hear that. I needed to hear that word about drinking water. So throughout today, I'll be able to
And
drink
that's why I
more
always say,
water.
let's
And
move
I
forward, everybody.
appreciate you
Stay
for
creative,
keeping
stay powerful,
me
and
mindful
don't let no one tell
of
you anything
this.
different.
And I appreciate everything that the community offers to me. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for sharing all of your knowledge.